So, James, obviously some leagues require you to wear jerseys and some are more lenient and they only require shirts with a number on it. So many teams wear T-shirts, I guess, because they're lighter and they're frankly cheaper to customize. But that begs the question, what is better for deck hockey, shirt or jersey?
Excellent question, and I have been thinking about it. So for this, just to be as diplomatic as possible, for the summer, I definitely have to go with T-shirt just because it's hot, obviously, and the weather we've been having in the tri-state area here in our part of the world, it's been very humid as well. So you have to stick with a T-shirt in order to, and my heart goes out to you goalies, by the way, because you guys have no choice. But for the rest of us, yeah, the T-shirt is the only way to go in the summer. For all other times of the year, fall, winter, and spring included, I definitely prefer a jersey. It just feels more natural. It feels right, and it just flows well with the whole deck hockey and any kind of hockey flow, especially with the way the equipment is designed. So if you're wearing anything like elbow pads and your gloves, and even if you have any chest protection or whatever the case is, it's always more comfortable to go under a jersey because they're designed to fit that stuff underneath comfortably.
Sure.
So as a whole, if I had to pick one, it would definitely be a jersey. But we have, as you've mentioned in the past and sang the song, we have 4 seasons here in our neck of the woods. So got to stick with the T-shirt come summertime.
Yeah, I mean, the jersey I would think is, especially if you're not wearing a lot of equipment under it and it's just kind of flapping loose on you, I would think that could even potentially interfere with your shot or your stick handling. So in that instance, I imagine that a T-shirt is more beneficial if you're not terribly geared up. But I got to tell you, even apart from being a goalie, I feel like a jersey is just, you play hockey in a jersey or a sweater, as you mentioned, going back to a previous discussion. But you play hockey in a jersey, I mean, I'm not saying I've never played hockey in a T-shirt, but I always try to play in a jersey when I can because it feels wrong to not play in a jersey for me. Even if it's too hot for a jersey, I'll still wear one. I remember I believe it was actually the first time we played an organized game as the LIQ. This was even, James, before you started playing with us. I think this was our first organized scheduled game. It was 85 degrees, and I wore my black Spaceballs jersey just because I couldn't imagine playing hockey in something other than a jersey.
Yeah, especially for goalies. You guys really don't have much of a choice because you have to wear the chest protection and you need all the other gear, and plus with your blocker and your glove hand as well. But that is an excellent point, by the way, that you made about jerseys can be cumbersome and clumsy, and they have, personally for me, interfered with my own shot.
Sure.
And I even remember a couple of instances when playing defense has kind of helped in a way where I got in the way of a shot and the puck just kind of got stuck in my jersey somewhere. It wasn't an illegal move. I didn't do it on purpose. I don't wear a jersey too big or anything like that. But it does sometimes cuff you a little bit. Sometimes I've gotten the butt of my stick stuck in my jersey and things. And
yeah.
As anybody who knows Wayne Gretzky, seeing this footage from when he was a little boy, the reason why he had to tuck in his jersey was that he was so young that they didn't make a jersey small enough for him. So he had to wear the oversized jersey and tuck it in. And he ended up keeping that for the rest of his career as kind of a signature. But I'm wearing my LIQ shirt, by the way, which you so nicely bought for me and that Brad designed. And it is a T-shirt. So I don't object to people who prefer the T-shirt, especially as we said before. Deck hockey tends to be a little bit cheaper, where anybody could play. You don't have to worry about too much equipment, just at least if you have your own stick and so on and so forth. But I definitely, I agree. I vote jersey. I agree with you 100%. It just seems a little odd not to wear a jersey, but summertime, you got to go with the T-shirt.
Yeah, funny thing about that LIQ T-shirt that you're wearing, we got those made up for a tournament, one of the Rocky Sullivan's tournaments that we participated in last year, and I do have a T-shirt with my name on. It's got the blue LIQ T-shirt, but it's got my name and number on the back, customized. But as you mentioned, as a goalie, you can't really effectively wear a T-shirt, at least not if you want to identify yourself on a certain team, because all the gear goes over it anyway. I wound up making my own jersey since like I said, I couldn't just wear the T-shirt. It wouldn't have really, nobody would have seen anything. So I got a blue practice jersey that was pretty much the same royal color as the t-shirts, and I had an iron-on decal with the LIQ logo made up, and I got some iron-on letters and numbers, and I made my own LIQ jersey, and it still has the iron burns on it to prove it.
You are a man of many talents. I never asked you how you came up with that jersey. That is brilliant. Very nice.
But, let's run down the pros and cons of the jersey and the t-shirt. So jersey, like you said, it's loose fitting. So if you're wearing a lot of protective equipment, it definitely fits better over your stuff. And in fact, if you are wearing any kind of chest guard, then if you're wearing a t-shirt, you wouldn't be able to see it, really, because generally, unless you have a really loose baggy t-shirt, and I don't know why you'd even play hockey in that, it would not fit over your equipment. So it would be, jersey is ideal for those situations. Jerseys are more readily identified with hockey, and frankly, I think they just look cooler. That being said, they do not feel cooler. They are much warmer. So as you said, in the summer, the benefit to a t-shirt is that they are cooler to wear. And if you are getting a t-shirt customized, it's usually a lot cheaper to get a bunch of t-shirts customized than it is to get a jersey customized. And honestly, there's a lot of cool hockey jerseys out there, but there's also some cool hockey shirts. And, if you have a really cool hockey shirt, maybe you just want to show it off and play in it. So I'd say, for me personally, jersey comes out on top, but that being said, in my everyday life, I wear t-shirts almost all the time, except when I'm at work or at some kind of fancy clothes requiring function. But generally, I'm in t-shirts as often as I can be. And I prefer to get some cool t-shirts to wear around.
I 100% agree. And yes, I have many t-shirts. As a matter of fact, I have so many that I have to throw some out just to make room for the new ones because I don't live in a big place. But yes, absolutely, for hockey overall, the jersey wins. But another point, too, and speaking from experience, because Gary and I have both from Gary's design and Brad's designs, we own and bought jerseys and T-shirts as well for various usage in our everyday LIQ games and for special occasion tournaments. And right, exactly, T-shirts are cheaper and they're lighter. But the other thing with jerseys is that even if you're wearing them in warm weather, not hot weather, when you're drinking water and things and the sweat, they get heavy. They weigh down pretty quickly. A T-shirt has a better tendency, even if it's wet, to dry a little quicker, and it's not going to cling to you too badly, and it still isn't going to weigh down that much. So that's another benefit, too. It helps because your arms are exposed, and they don't really interfere too badly with elbow pads, at least not my experience, T-shirts. But I totally agree. Vast majority of my clothes consist of T-shirts. Wintertime included, I have some long-sleeve undershirts that I wear under the T-shirts. And I hear that there's a pretty cool T-shirt out there for particular fans of a certain great podcast. That
you don't say.
Yeah.
I will have to be on the lookout for such a thing. Such an article of clothing, which perhaps I will have to make room for in my armoire. I sound fancy. I have an armoire. I have a dressing cabinet. My wife picked the furniture, really, but when we got married, so I just that's where I keep my clothes. Whatever. But enough of our prattle. And now a word from our sponsor.
Hey Gary, what's that cool T-shirt you're wearing?
Oh, this? You mean this cool Hit the Deck podcast shirt that I got for just $15.99 plus shipping from teespring.com?
$15.99 plus shipping for that awesome T-shirt?
Yep.
Hit the Deck authentic T-shirt?
Yes, the one and only Hit the Deck podcast T-shirt. Available at teespring.com/hit-the-deck-podcast.
I'm going to log on right now and get at least one for myself.
Well, you'd better hurry, James, because they're only available until Friday, August 5th. If you miss that window, then you'll miss out on a great shirt and a great deal.
Hey, you know what else, American Rhino? That shirt is a really cool design, man.
Yes, I don't have many smoke gray shirts in my closet, particularly not ones that have the Hit the Deck banner logo with the goalie and player in silhouette, plus the Hit the Deck podcast logo and our tagline, "It's Hockey in Sneakers." It sure is a one-of-a-kind shirt, and I'm so glad I took advantage of the opportunity while it lasted. If I were you, I would hurry to teespring.com/hit-the-deck-podcast. That's teespring.com/hit-the-deck-podcast and get yours today. I'm the American Rhino, and I approve of this message.
So, American Rhino, when did we start doing paid advertising on the podcast?
Got to pay the bills somehow, James.
Sounds good to me. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Plus,
right.
I really do want a shirt. Honestly, it really looks awesome. So, well done with that.
Well, thank you, and I hope everyone else out there agrees.
All right, my friend, I think that does it for this quick little scrimmage, and I hope to catch everybody on the next podcast.
See you then.
Bye-bye.